morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Jihad Almoosawi. Today I will be talking about awareness of testicular cancer and testicular self-examination among men in Bahrain. This is a study that I did when I was back in college. So as an introduction, although testicular cancer is a rare occurring tumor that accounts for 1% of malignancies in men, it is still the most common cancer found in adolescents and young men between 15 to 35 years of age. I apologize. In addition, the rates of testicular cancer continue to increase worldwide. In 2013, the annual incidence of testicular cancer increased by 2.4% in Sweden, 2.9% in the United Kingdom, 5% in Spain, 3% in Australia, and 3.5% in China. However, there are no known statistics or studies about testicular cancer found in Bahrain. Routine screening for testicular cancer is not recommended. Therefore, testicular self-examination is considered an important tool in early detection of testicular cancer. If detected early, testicular cancer has a high survival rate. About 1 in 5,000 men diagnosed with cancer has a lifetime risk of dying. Increasing the awareness of testicular cancer and testicular self-examination is crucial for early detection, diagnosis, and treatment of testicular cancer. In fact, it has been proven by research that men that were exposed to a campaign about testicular cancer were substantially more prone to conduct the self-examination. Young adult men are oblivious of the potential dangers of this cancer, which is, as aforementioned, the most frequent cancer in this age group. In addition, they are aware of simple testicular examination for early cancer detection, and this is due to the lack of, they are unaware of the simple self-examination for early cancer detection due to the lack of health professionals that educate them about this risk. A multi-center study conducted in Turkey to test for public awareness of testicular cancer and self-examination concluded saying that the awareness was very low, so only about 11.1% of participants had knowledge about testicular cancer. And that effort has to be done to improve the situation. So the aim of our study is to assess the level of awareness about testicular cancer and the prevalence of the practice of self-examination among men in Bahrain. So for method, our study design was a descriptive cross-sectional analysis. We used an investigator-developed questionnaire composed of 23 questions for the assessment of the participants, which included, but not limited to, the demographics, the participant's testicular knowledge, the level of assessment, his knowledge of the self-examination, and the application capabilities. So we conducted our study in various malls and parks by distributing our questionnaires on possible participants once we saw that they fit the inclusion criteria. So this is our questionnaire of 23 questions. We actually had this both in Arabic and English, since Arabic is the main language spoken in the Kingdom of Bahrain. So for sample size, we took 250 participants by convenience sampling, which is anyone that matches our inclusion criteria. The inclusion criteria were male, Bahraini, and non-Bahraini living in Bahrain. Age range was between 18 to 60 years. And based upon gathering of the population statistics at that time, in 2014, the current the population then was 1.316 million people. Males were 62% of the total population, with 71.1% aged between 20 to 64 years. The rationale for choosing the age was based on the premise of the consent, because those under 18 require parental authority, and those 65 and above represent only 2.1% of the total population for both genders. And our study was looking at early testicular prevention. Okay. The exclusion criteria were males that are younger than 18 because due to the need of parental consent, and males not living in Bahrain. The study settings, as we said, were in malls and parks. For analysis, we used the SPSS 22 for our data, and the descriptive data analysis, frequencies, means, standard deviations were used. So our results showed that based on the demographics, 43% of our sample were Bahrainis, 70% were married, 47% had a bachelor's degree, 53% were aware that men can get testicular cancer, 82% perceived themselves as having low risk for developing this cancer, 15% had knowledge about the signs of testicular cancer, 20% heard about the self-examination, and only 6% reported performing the self-examination. The t-test results showed a significant difference between Bahrainis and non-Bahrainis, with 1.55 and 1.39 respectively. The t-test for the 241 participants was 2.52. The mean difference was only 0.16, with a 95% confidence interval, which was relatively small. So for our conclusion, the findings show that awareness about testicular cancer and the testicular self-examination is very low among men in Bahrain. Policymakers and the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health may consider integrating testicular cancer and the examination education in the curriculum and the healthcare provided to adolescents and young men. Our primary investigator for this study was Dr. Mariam Al-Arali. These are my references. Thank you so much. Are there any questions?